Newcastle United versus Aston Villa live. For Monday Night Football.
Newcastle with their sights on second place tonight. Our match commentators at St James's Park, Trevor Francis and Alan Parry. And quite a Geordie connection in the Aston Villa camp tonight. You've heard that Brian Little, the manager of Villa, used to be a big Newcastle United fan. On the substitutes bench as well, Aston Villa have Tommy Johnson tonight, who was another black and white as a youngster. And there's his younger brother, Wayne, who's actually the Aston Villa mascot tonight. His favourite player, however, is not his brother. How disloyal of him. It is, in fact, Mark Bosnich, who's not in action, of course, tonight. Just 11, and a big night for him and his brother. The man in charge tonight, David Ellery, so mind your language, chaps. And the atmosphere, as ever, at St James's Park is absolutely electric. Newcastle, last season's runners-up in the Premiership, will move into second place again if they win tonight. Villa could go above them, and indeed as high as fourth place, depending on goals scored, if they win. A great deal at stake here, and I'm sure Glenn Hoddle will be watching carefully the performances, and particularly the fitness of key England players, Shearer, Ferdinand, Batty and Southgate in the full England squad, Howie, Draper, Wright and Lee on standby. Skimmaker in the under-21 squad, he's on the Villa bench tonight. And Staunton and Townsend in the Republic of Ireland squad as well. So we're all set then. It'll be Aston Villa, 8th in the table at the start of play, with 12 points from 7 games will get us underway. Just 3 points behind Newcastle, 5th, with 15 points from 7 games. And it's the black and white stripes moving from right to left to get the game underway. Ginola immediately in possession. Missed the UEFA Cup tie because of injury. Nothing serious though, and everyone expected him to be back in the side tonight. And his battle against the Portuguese international Fernando Nelson will be one of the key factors in the evening, I'm sure. Draper for Aston Villa. Churchich is, you haven't seen too much of him, a very exciting player who likes to get the ball to his feet and take players on. And much can be said of this man in the same way. Dwight York, all he needs is a goal to get his season fired into life, I'm sure. Villa enjoying a lot of early possession, which is a good way to keep the crowd quiet here, but now the noise level goes up as Ginola has it. Shearer and Ferdinand ahead of him. Lee making a run into the penalty area. Ginola again. Good challenge by Ehion. And here's Nelson. Fernando Nelson, signed from Sporting Lisbon. Taylor in possession, leaving it to Staunton, who's having an outstanding season. Churchich. Draper take over from the Leicester and Notts County player, leaving it now to Milosevic. Taylor, his defensive qualities certainly will be needed in the Villa midfield tonight. But this is a good way to start on this ground, Trevor. Aston Villa seeing a lot of the ball early on. And a good ball there to trying to release York down the middle.
Yes, nothing better than your confidence, Alan, than to get an early touch of the ball. Sometimes we talk about getting it back to the keeper to give him an early feel. And what Villa have done is they've strung a lot of passes together. Practically everybody on their sides already had a good touch of it.
Southgate dealing with the first problem he's had to face. It's hard to believe he's only in his second season with Villa. He's become so well established in back three as it is. Villa, despite their elimination from Europe, have actually gone 8 matches without defeat since they lost on the opening day at Sheffield Wednesday. The 0-0 draw against Helsingborg meant they went out of the UEFA Cup on the away goals rule. Staunton slides the free kick in to Milosevic. And Milosevic unable to hold off Batty. Ginola. And the width in this Newcastle team, one of the outstanding features. Gillespie operating down that right-hand side, Ginola on the left. Gillespie caught in possession, though, by Wright, another who's having an outstanding season for Villa, and on standby for the England-Poland game. Here's Dwight York. Excellent play. Milosevic well placed in the middle, and that was a dangerous ball, which Howie had to cut out.
Good play that from Dwight York. He attacked on the outside of Watson. Spaces on the outside, plays a good ball in with his left foot. Pity that Milosevic doesn't attack the near post.
First corner of the game then to Aston Villa. Ehiog has come forward. Taylor, another player with real height. And Southgate, and the goalkeeper lost it. And Villa have scored. And at long last, Dwight York has made the contribution he's been waiting for all season. And what a place to make it. Serdicek, though, has to take the lion's share of the blame for that goal.
Well, he's not the biggest of players, Dwight York, and he would expect to get here with a header. That's got to be the keeper's ball. It's a good in-swinging corner. York gets amongst them. He can't believe he scored.
Well, would you believe he failed to get off the mark in 9 games, and his first goal of the season comes on a ground where goals against are very, very rare items indeed. Dwight York for Villa. They lead 1-0. What a start for them. What a start for the match. Ferdinand caught by Ehiog from behind. Newcastle's free kick. The crowd try to crank up the noise and pick their side up again.
The goal was met by stunned silence, and I thought at first we disallowed it.
Here's the man who can get them level again. Shearer across the box, and they are level. Ferdinand brings Newcastle back into the picture within a minute or so of Villa's opener. Seven goals in 6 games for him.
Well, it's excellent play from Alan Shearer. Just turns blindly, hooks the ball in. Not particularly good defending there from Aston Villa. They should have had somebody in front of Shearer as a shield. It's too easy for Ginola to play that ball into the space for Shearer. Just turns blindly. Ferdinand in the right place. What a response.
Well, we were expecting this to be a special match. I don't think any of us expected it to get off to a start like this, though. If the Villa goal was greeted almost in silence, you heard the roar, I'm sure, from your own armchair as Ferdinand found the net then. But here goes Churchic carrying Villa forward again. Draper just a stride too far, enabling Lee to make the challenge. Here's Batty. Ehiog with the clearance. This is a fixture which has traditionally produced a lot of goals as well down the years, incidentally. And it looks as though this is going to continue in that tradition. Watson's clearance finds the goal scorer Ferdinand. A difficult ball. And it's well won back by Draper for Aston Villa. Taylor's given it away. Ferdinand shows his strength. Batty trying to release Gillespie down the right. Now Newcastle have it again with Ferdinand. Lovely run by him. Gillespie still in position on that right flank. Shearer in the middle of the box, and the cross too deep. Although Ginola will keep the pressure on Nelson here. Well, the first thing that young Michael Oakes had to do tonight was fish the ball out of the back of his net. He'd never played in the Premiership before this season. This is going to be quite some occasion for him to experience. He started every game in the absence of Bosnich with a knee injury. And Milosevic almost getting in behind Beresford. Just the 2 goals for him since he came back into the side after missing the first 3 games with injury. Both his goals came in the 2-2 draw against Arsenal. Shearer getting in behind Staunton here. As Newcastle provide danger from every position, it seems. Ginola. Oh, lovely skill by him, but Ehiyog read the script. Giant in every way, Ugo Ehiyog. One of the most improved defenders in the Premiership. Here's Beresford for Newcastle. Picked out the wrong man, and he had plenty of choice as well. Now Staunton. Dwight York, who scored with a header, a collector's item. His first goal of the season, Villa Park's top scorer last season. The game almost settling down into a rhythm now after that hectic opening 6 minutes or so, and we had 2 goals. 25 goals last season, Dwight York, the best total of his career.
I would have thought that Brian Little would be disappointed with the goal because it's a free kick from Ginola. He was allowed to play the ball just into the penalty box to Alan Shearer. He needed somebody in front of Alan to prevent the ball from coming into him. But then, of course, Shearer did excellent. He didn't really look. He just turned blindly, put it into an area that he was just hoping that his fellow striker, Les Ferdinand, would be. Ferdinand responded. Within 30 seconds, they were back on level terms. A real blow to Aston Villa after going in the lead.
Dwight York finding Taylor. This is Draper. Nelson making a great run in the outside right position. And Ginola had to make the interception. Nelson again, an exciting attacking fullback, but maybe 1 or 2 question marks against his defending, which Ginola, I'm sure, will test out tonight.
Yeah, that's a fascinating confrontation, that, Nelson and Ginola. It's interesting there that Nelson is looking to push on forward, and Ginola doesn't want to go with him. He's trying to pass him on to Beresford.
Here's Nelson again. Milosevic. Beresford with the sliding tackle, and he had to be accurate then. That is layoff. Howie playing it forward, straight to Ehiyog. Now Batty again, Ginola. Ferdinand just took his eye off the ball. Churchill snapped into the challenge.
It's the first time I've seen Newcastle this season, Alan. It's interesting, the role that Les Ferdinand's playing. He's playing just off Les Shearer. They're not playing directly up front, the 2 of them. Similar to a little bit how Beardsley used to drop a little bit deeper.
Here's Churchill for Villa. Good tackle. Draper again. Aston Villa are playing well here. Wright. Staunton. York. Great football. The final cross cleared, though, by Peacock. Ginola finding Shearer. The layoff accurate to Lee. He got there just ahead of Ferdinand. But here's Shearer again. Well, you won't mind Alan Shearer trying from any distance or angle. He's entitled to do that. Howie wins the header. Seeing a lot of the ball in the opening minutes here. Came inside Nelson skillfully then.
Yeah, it's the 3rd time actually he's had one-on-one with Nelson. He's always elected to go inside. Unusual that really, because the space is on the outside. He hasn't really tested Nelson as of yet on the outside.
Some of Villa's football has been brilliant, hasn't it?
Well, we heard before the game that Newcastle haven't been playing particularly well at home, and I have to say that all Kevin Keegan's sides you always associate with being comfortable on the ball, passing it very well. The other 2 teams at the moment, certainly Aston Villa were more comfortable and certainly passing with more conviction.
getting forward again here with Staunton. Milosevic, well placed in the middle, and Taylor pulls it back to York. It hits the foot of the post, and Newcastle a lick of paint away from going behind again. Well, Dwight York has been telling everyone prepared to listen that he just needed that first goal to kick-start his season into life, and I think we ought to listen.
Well, at the top of the programme, Alan, Andy Gray and I were talking about the merits of Steve Staunton. What he gives Aston Villa is the ability to go forward, and he's so comfortable on the ball. There we saw him in an attacking area, pulled the ball back, a brilliant ball to Dwight York. And Dwight will be very disappointed he didn't finish that off. It's the sort of chance he scored with last season.
Here's Draper. Taylor has given it away to Peacock.
Just as everybody expected him to play it across the face of the goal, Steve Staunton very cleverly pulled it back, showed good vision there.
Gillespie finds Ferdinand, lovely touch by him as Staunton dived in, and then Ferdinand holds his hands up in horror at the bad ball he played. Draper gives it to Staunton again. So often the starting point for Villa's attack, Steve Staunton. Certainly of all their defenders, the one most comfortable in possession.
Gareth Southgate may disagree with that comment.
I'm sure the others would all disagree as well, but Staunton's in that kind of form that everything he touches seems to have a bit of magic about it. Churchic. Milosevic, challenged by Beresford. And Batty. Ginola. And again, his first thought is to take on Nelson. Interesting cross.
Yeah, this is the run here from Staunton. Everybody expecting to play it across the face of the goal. A brilliant pullback. Dwight York from 12 yards, little side foot. A little bit unfortunate, but really Dwight would have expected to have scored. You can see what his manager thinks of it. I think Brian would probably have scored with that in his heyday.
So deliberate as well, wasn't it, the way he set himself up? And just a couple of inches. Difference between glory and a hard luck story. Here's Milosevic, York. Nelson. In comes Lee to win it back for Newcastle. Ferdinand. Well played Staunton, but it's run to Shearer. Ginola. Not the easiest ball to deal with, and Southgate sliced his clearance.
Well, that's the first real occasion that Ginola's gone the outside of Nelson, played an early ball in, just gets himself a yard. Fronter actually was slow to react to it. He didn't get across the front. Perhaps it took two front players by surprise as well, because he has been coming inside on a regular basis.
Howie near the penalty spot. A possible target here for Ginola, and Peacock on the near post. Not much good if you hit it into the side netting, though. Even the gifted can get it wrong occasionally. Played every game before the hamstring injury kept him out of the match against Halmstad in the UEFA. Kevin Keegan's team. Unlike Villa, of course, safely through to the next round, where they will play Ferencváros of Hungary, the first leg in Budapest. Ball, Beresford, Ferdinand. A good challenge by Ahion. Gillespie. Decided to go on the outside, having found a bit of daylight on the inside.
Yes, we spoke about the key areas, didn't we, in this game? And we said in wide areas, Gillespie against Wright, and on the other side, Ginola against Nelson. But up to now, you have to say that Aston Villa are coping reasonably well in those areas. And I've been very impressed with their positive attitude. I said perhaps they'll be happy to go away with a point, and I'm sure they would be. But they've certainly adopted a very, very positive attitude from the word go.
And another fine searching ball from Staunton, has earned them a throw-in. Church in possession. York. And again. Ehio. Sleeper moves it on to Staunton. A lot of players forward here, Villa. Oh, it's another good cross, and York just inches away from making contact. It's funny, he was joking with the rest of the Villa players about the odds for the first goal scorer tonight. And naturally enough, they were telling him that it was a rather worse bet than Mr. Dettori's 7 in a row. But he's proved them wrong. He got that first goal, and almost immediately Newcastle replied to their top scorer, Ferdinand. 73 seconds, the gap between the goals, in fact. Beresford. Ginola. Looking again for Ferdinand. Staunton's clearance finds Gillespie only. Watson coming forward. His first sortie into opposition territory, and not a good one.
And once again, Newcastle give the ball away rather loosely. Sorry, Alan. So at the moment, it's Aston Villa who are bossing the midfield, passing the ball extremely well.
And Kevin Keegan gave his players a real hammering after their poor performance in the UEFA. They were coasting, of course, in terms of the scoreline from the first leg and safely through, but he wasn't at all happy, and he publicly said so. Return to the theme in his programme notes tonight, in fact. But the stinging criticism doesn't, as yet, appear to have lifted his players. Look at it, Villa dominating early on here. Snowdy Czech particularly grateful for that equaliser. A poor part he played in the Villa goal. Now Newcastle settling into some kind of passing rhythm. Watson in possession. Shearer, Staunton right behind him, and he cleverly wins the throw. 4 goals in his first 10 games for Newcastle, 2 of them penalties and another a free kick. Oh, count, as they say. Oh, that's lovely skill. And the goalkeeper thought about coming from the cross and changed his mind. Taylor's challenge on the edge of the box looked dangerous, but the referee saw nothing wrong with it. Staunton's given it away to Batty. Ferdinand going in. And again, about 40,000 Geordies scream penalty. No chance.
Well, Ekiov's not the most experienced of players, but he's certainly learning quickly. Just did enough there. You could see the threat of Ferdinand as that ball came in from Batty. Just nudged him out the way.
Dwight York. Vasovic. York caught in possession. Slides it in for Shearer, the challenge from behind by Ehio. He's trying to say, I won the ball. But Mr. Ellery has given the free kick anyway.
Yes, and Douglas is attacking from behind.
The other day, another ref, he might have been yellow carded, so you can hardly accuse Mr. Ellery of not producing the dreaded card when necessary. Didn't this time. Shearer. Ginola. Dangerous looking ball. And 2 Newcastle players got in each other's way then.
And certainly Peacock needed a call there from Gillespie. Peacock wasn't aware that Gillespie was stood behind him. He needed a little shout.
Ginola. Aston doing rather better this time. A free kick, and is. Savo Milosevic missed the first 3 games with an Achilles injury. Hasn't really got going yet. He and Dwight York got 39 goals between them last season, but the partnership not up and running just yet. Let's be up and running here for Newcastle. Ferdinand! nicely. Gillespie gets the credit he deserves for the cross. Food and drink for Ferdinand, that.
Well, that was a good driving run from Gillespie, and this is a magnificent ball. Ferdinand in between Ekiog and Southgate. He certainly had two players in there, the big headers of the ball, Southgate and Ekiog. But Ferdinand gets away from his marker. Once he was coming onto it, there was only one place that was going to go, and that's in the back of the net.
8 goals now in 6 games, and this one's still got a fair bit to run. That's what you call a scoring streak. And against the run of play, it has to be said, Newcastle are in front here. Watson finding Batty. Villa will be feeling hard done by. It's not a feeling you can afford to have for long in football, especially with Newcastle flowing. Ginola's cross. Oh, that was another fine effort from Shearer.
That was better play, that from Newcastle. John Beresford played his part there. He makes a good forward run, distracts Nelson. He's not sure whether to go tight. Ginola, good ball in. Shearer up above Staunton. Can't quite direct the header downwards. There you see Beresford going into a forward position. Totally distracts Nelson. He's not sure whether to go with Beresford or whether to go tight on Ginola. In the end, he did neither. He was half and half.
We were expecting a classic. We haven't been let down. And we haven't had 25 minutes yet. And Villa, mark my words, playing well enough here to get back into this game, I would think, Trevor.
Well, they're certainly playing well enough, but I said before the game that if you're going to get anything from St James's Park at the moment with Gillespie, Ginola, Shearer and Ferdinand, you have to defend well. And I don't think they've defended particularly well in this opening 24 minutes.
Here's Gillespie trying to turn them into knots again. Didn't get the return ball he wanted, though. Dwight York with a little flick layoff. This is Draper. Milosevic, Draper again. Angles one forward, but Taylor couldn't get on the end of it. Beresford could. And Newcastle, as you'd expect, visibly grown in confidence since those 2 goals after a rather tentative opening.
One thing that Keegan's always got in his favour, you know, Alan, he's fully aware of it, is that when you've got strikers the calibre of Shearer and Ferdinand, you don't necessarily have to play well. They can turn a reasonable performance into a good one and stick in the back of the net. You're right, after 25 minutes, I think Aston Villa won't believe that they're behind. But with Ferdinand and Shearer there, there's always a chance of a goal.
And that is why it is goal scorers that keep breaking the transfer records. Just think, less than the full width of a post, and it could have been Villa in the lead. Here's Ginola for Newcastle. Churchill, good ball. Draper. He ran himself into a bit of trouble there instead of perhaps playing the simple ball to keep possession. But Villa have the throw. Oh, he was only just successful in getting that away from Ferdinand. Here's Staunton. Dwight York. Staunton again finding room for the cross, but it was on his right foot, is weaker this time. Now Churchill. Had to slide one in to York. There's Draper. The flag has gone up for offside. That'll be a free kick to Newcastle, who incidentally have a marvellous record against Aston Villa here in the Premiership. Since the Premiership came into being, they've played them 6 times here and never lost. But Villa have to have belief in that the way they are playing, this is certainly still very much alive for them. entertainment value high, and the quality of the goals outstanding. Nelson's clearance. Milosevic tries to keep his eye on the ball. Howie concedes the throw. Stand by for the England-Poland game, incidentally, Steve Howie. An ankle injury ruining his participation in the European Championships in the summer. Batty caught in possession. That doesn't happen often. Dwight York. Milosevic to his right. And he slides one to his left instead. And Draper couldn't quite get the cross in, but that is not giving full credit to Steve Watson.
Well, I thought for one moment Dwight York was going to come inside. There you see him, he picks the ball up, drives at Peacock, possibly could have come inside, hit it with his right. Draper doesn't do anything in the end, but Watson did well to get back.
And Cernicek again with a very uncertain punch clear. Churchill who had done better than almost found the car park with the rebound, but Cernicek, no good shouting at everybody else. It was his fault this time.
He's not happy on crosses, is he? He's found wanting on the opening goal from Aston Villa. And that could have been his second serious error. This is the goal where he comes for it. I mean, he's 6'3", he's got to get something on that. Now this is the ball into Shearer. That's where I felt there should have been somebody in front of Shearer, blocking his path. He turns it blindly, puts it in a dangerous area. And this is the goal from Fernand. Really powerful header.
Lee finding Peacock. Gillespie checks and comes short to Ferdinand. And again gets it. Lee, the crowd warning him that York is about to make the challenge, and Staunton's clearance was an excellent ball, just a bounce in front of York, but Peacock concedes the throw. Has a look at what's on, not a lot in the other half. And Sasa Churchill. Offside, Dwight York.
Must be a slight worry to Kevin Keegan, you know, when these corners come in, you see Cernicek flapping at the ball like he does. He tried to rectify the situation, didn't he, by the signing of Hislop. He started the season off in the Charity Shield at Wembley, but conceded 4 goals, and quickly this man was back in favour.
That's right, he couldn't really make his mind up between them last season. Hislop played 24 Premiership games to Cernicek's 14. I suppose sometimes, as various England managers have found out, it can be an embarrassment of riches to have too many good players in that specialist position, Trevor. Or maybe not one good enough, if you want to look at it differently.
You said it, not me, Alan.
Here's Staunton. Oh, a terrific ball outside of the left foot. Right. Milosevic. And now Draper lines up the shot.
You're right about the pass from Staunton. That was a glorious pass to the outside of the foot.
Played every game this season in his new role as a central defender after a long season at left-back, or longer career rather, at left-back or left midfield.
Not afraid to push him forward early on that left-hand side, but what it does do, you know, it leaves 2-on-2 at the back. Shearer against Southgate and Okiog and Ferdinand, a little bit risky.
Well, the risks being taken by both sides in an attacking sense are making this a hugely entertaining game.
I can't think of too many teams who would go 2-on-2 at the back against Shearer and Ferdinand.
Gillespie's cross is aimed at Shearer. A great shout again for penalty as Shearer went down. Here's Ginola looking for him again. Staunton gets it clear. And Draper caught in possession on the edge of his own box there. But back comes Milosevic to win it back cleverly for Villa. No, you don't need a teammate shout of man on here. You get about 40,000 Geordies telling you what's going on. Shearer, Ginola, Beresford. Ferdinand makes a great run in the inside left position. Ehiog got there first. Beresford tries to go around Nelson and then comes inside and finds Ferdinand. Good ball. Gillespie. Good cross, and Ferdinand was inches away from getting on the end of it again. Good save, though, by Michael Oakes.
Well, he's certainly hungry tonight, Les Ferdinand. He started that move, the sweet ball to Gillespie. This is a teasing ball for a striker. Nightmare ball for a goalkeeper, but Oakes does very well. He shows a lot of bravery, diving at the feet of Ferdinand. But it's Les who responds first. What's the bet on him getting a hat-trick tonight?
And he looks for Shearer down the centre. Ehiog with a good clearance back.
It was last Monday, wasn't it? We talked about Cuckoo possibly getting a hat-trick. The week before, it was Ian Wright who did get a hat-trick.
Yeah, a hat-trick of Monday night goal specialist, perhaps. Nelson. And again. Loses out to Beresford. That looked a bit tight for Batty, and it was taken off in by Taylor. Nelson with an excellent ball to York. Milosevic up in support. Stepped it up for Wright to hit it.
Well, Villa quick to pounce on any mistake by Newcastle. They certainly made one or two, a little bit loose at times with their passing. York lays it off to Wright, inviting him to shoot with his left foot, but drags it badly wide. There's certainly good support work there from Alan Wright. Got himself into a good position.
And he had to defend then, and finds Taylor, who's brought down. Free kick, Aston Villa. Actually, Brian Little's first signing when he joined Villa a couple of years ago, Ian Taylor, from Sheffield Wednesday, and was a Villa fan as a youngster. Ehiog. Now by Shearer. Won't be allowed to take the free kick from there, that's for sure.
That's when Mr. Ellery could possibly have allowed the advantage rule there. Ehiog was in good possession of the ball.
Oh dear. Thunderous tackle from Ehiog. He wanted that one badly.
Yeah, I don't think Ginola wanted it too badly, did he?
No. He was definitely looking for the gate out there. Ginola. Beresford forward. Lee took it beautifully on the chest. Gets it back from Shearer. Good ball. Peacock. Gillespie. Lee. And how he sees a chance to move forward himself. But the 1-2 scuttered to a halt. And Villa can hit them on the break here. Great tackle, though, by Lee, as Churchich was threatening to go forward. That is excellent play by Robert Lee. Now Gillespie. Well, I think we could all tell that that was a free kick and a booking.
There's no doubt that was a free kick. Good decision there to give a yellow card against Alan Wright. But you mentioned the tackle by Robert Lee. It was a big tackle as well, because how he had gone forward, he was out of position. Villa was swarming forward in numbers. Newcastle were found wanting at the back.
Draper's yellow card, Newcastle's free kick. And a great save! That was brilliant reaction by Oakes. From Shearer.
Certainly was a great save. Shearer gets there first. Good save with his left hand down by the post. But any ball into the box, it's a problem for Aston Villa.
Here's another one, and Ferdinand just hangs up there. And gets it back and off the line. It's Shearer. It's 3 for Newcastle. And Villa's great start in ruins.
Well, once again, great combination from the two, Shearer and Ferdinand. Aston Villa are not dominant in the air, they're not winning enough balls. It is certainly found to be wanted from this corner here. It's Ferdinand who wins the first. Shearer, good lay back to Ferdinand. Dwight York does well, he keeps it out. Shearer responds quicker than anybody else.
Wonderful stuff here. And Villa must have thought they'd survive, but with Mr. Shearer around.
You watch here Dwight York, he just slips there. He's unfortunate because he was going to try and close that ball down, stop Shearer from getting in the shot. But his studs went from underneath him and he presented Shearer with a reasonably easy chance. But what a turnaround.
He's now scored against Villa in each of the last 4 seasons, Alan Shearer. And the deadly duo of Ferdinand and Shearer really have done the business here for Newcastle. And you've almost got to feel sorry for Villa on the end of a 3-1 scoreline at the moment, having played so well. Here's Staunton's cross, though, and York beaten to it by Beresford. Corner.
Wow, Steve Staunton has played 2 or 3 absolutely brilliant balls. Great build-up play. That's a hard ball to defend against.
And Staunton will take the corner himself. Ehiog has sneaked away, far post, gets the header downwards, and it was Taylor, I think, who made contact, yes, on the edge of the 6-yard box.
Well, both teams are having problems trying to cope with corners. Ehiog wins it, out jumps Peacock. Taylor, left foot, good chance.
Well, it's been breathtaking stuff, Trevor. 5 minutes of an outstanding first half remaining. And that's a pretty nasty one for Darren Peacock.
Well, we all looked forward to this game prior to the kick-off. We knew it was going to be something special. Certainly it was going to be something special on paper. Contrasting styles, one team 4-4-2 against this team playing with 3 centre defenders and wing-backs. And it's proved exactly as we expected. Brilliant contest. Let's be disappointed here that his drive doesn't go in. Dwight York does well. He just slips at this moment. And I think it actually hits his arm and goes in. But Shearer will no doubt claim it. It was unfortunate there, Dwight York.
The great goal scorers get them all, not just the spectacular efforts, the tap-ins, the instinctive reactions like that. That is why Shearer is the best in the business. And that is why £15 million parted company in the summer from here to Ewood Park.
Yes, you're right. The first and the third goals are just a case of the front players being in the right spot at the right time.
Ginola finds Shearer again. Back it gets from Lee, trying to put him in. But that'll be, if it goes, a goal kick. Well, it was good play by Lee. He forced Ehiog. The crowd shout corner. They would, wouldn't they? Goal kick, the outcome.
The header from Ferdinand, the initial header, was a towering header, Alan. I mean, when you get up 2 foot above Hugo Ehiog, it's got to be some leap. Because Ehiog is one of the best headers of the ball in the Premiership. He really is outstanding in the air.
And right on cue, then, as you was talking, he did it again. But I would have thought the next goal absolutely critical in this game. If Newcastle were to score a fourth, then Villa, for all their good play, would surely be buried. Well, that's a bad tackle by Draper, who's in trouble, having already been shown a yellow card. And the outcome, I'm afraid, is inevitable. It was a reckless, mistimed, and frankly foolish thing to do. Draper pays the price.
Well, I can imagine what's going through Brian Little's mind at this moment. He probably feels the game's been lost in that split second there when Draper recklessly goes in on Beresford. Leaves Mr. Ellery with no option but to send him off. 3-1 down, 2 minutes before half-time, down to 10 men. The game's all but over, I would have thought, for Brian Little's side, unless they can get back in the game pretty quickly, but it's going to be very, very difficult now.
Dear me, they almost did find the game gone completely. It was another magnificent save by Oakes from Gillespie.
Certainly was.
Well, it could be like the Alamo in the second half for Oakes and his defenders. First half's not finished yet. Ferdinand isn't finished. Beresford's cross, and that's not away from danger. Ferdinand again hangs high. There was a claim for handball, a very confident claim from the Newcastle players.
I think with every justification, because as Shearer went up for it, it was Steve Staunton, I believe, who handled the ball.
Well, I think Richard and Andy will have no problem filling the half-time break tonight. No end of talking points.
15 minutes won't be long enough, Alan.
And it's going to be very interesting for all of us to look back on some of the highlights of this absolutely outstanding half of football here at St James's Park. Gillespie brings Newcastle forward again. What a goal he was denied by that magnificent Oakes save. Watson. Staunton gets it clear. And how do they reorganise here in the second half, Villa? It's going to be a problem for them tactically now. They'll just want to hear that half-time whistle. Right in possession for them. Churchich. They can't afford to do that.
Well, I'm sure that Brian Little had some harsh words to say to Draper at half-time. Just no need for the tackle, was there, Alan? You know, it's bad enough being 3-1 down at St James's Park against rampant Newcastle. But to go down to 10 men like that.
And within a few minutes of having been shown the yellow card as well. Similar thing happened in the Arsenal-Sunderland game, of course, on Saturday with Scott of Sunderland committing 2 rash tackles. Although Peter Reid didn't think there was anything wrong with the second one, but that's another story, another match. Here, where do you start to tell the story of this first half? Spectacular, to say the least. York heading Villa into the lead. It didn't take long for Newcastle to get level. 73 seconds. Ferdinand sliding in from Shearer, and then a stunning header made it 2-1. And in came Ferdinand, and onto the scene came Shearer to produce another Newcastle goal. Since then, Draper has been sent off, and Aston Villa have got the proverbial mountain to climb in the second half. Don't miss.
Know the legend of the 2 white towers. 3 lions, Jules Rimet, 1966. We Polish have been here before. Look the devil in the eye. But things are changing. England can bring the World Cup home. The Polish are coming. The English are waiting.
For international football, World Cup qualifier, England v Poland, live, coming soon on Sky Sports 1.
There's basketball on Sky Sports 2 at 7 o'clock this coming Sunday. The Leopards from London against Thames Valley. Something of a derby match, that. It's a cracking match, this one tonight. Newcastle against Aston Villa. 3-1 at half-time. If you've just joined us, Mark Draper of Aston Villa sent off as half-time approached. We made something of a star of him. He is a star, isn't he? We just saw him a lot last season. Old Stevie Charlton, whose ambition remains to see Newcastle United win the championship. Might this be the year? 3-1 to the Geordies at half-time. Can it be as good again?
I hope so. It's going to be difficult. It depends on Newcastle, Richard. Are they going to be as entertaining, as open? If they've learned from last year, they might just close the game a little bit. But if they feel so confident that it's as good as one, we might just see them fly forward and look to score more and more.
Let's rejoin Trevor Francis and Alan Parry.
Thank you, Richard. Welcome back to St James's Park, where on 2 occasions last season, Newcastle scored 3 goals in the first half. On the first, in the Coca-Cola against Bristol City, they went on to win 5-0. On the second occasion, against Wimbledon in the Premiership, they went on to score a 6-1 victory. Ominous statistics for Aston Villa. We get the second half underway, knowing that there's another ominous statistic for them. They haven't won here in their last 10 visits since April 1989. And certainly, if they weren't in disarray when the third Newcastle goal went in, they most certainly were when Draper was ordered off. How do they cope with this second half here? Question that will have taxed Ryan Little, John Gregory and Alan Evans, the management team, quite considerably during the last 15 minutes, I'm sure. Watson for Newcastle. Hangs one up for Ferdinand, far post! Well, they were almost facing a 4th goal within seconds of the restart. And another great save by Oates.
Another great ball as well from Watson, but they're not comfortable in the air, are they, Aston Villa? Ferdinand pulls off the back of Ekiog. Great save.
That's his 3rd outstanding save of the match, Michael Oates. And when you consider he's already conceded 3 goals, what kind of score could we be looking at now? What kind of score will we be looking at as Gillespie looks this time with Shearer? It looks as though I'm not going to backpedal anyway.
Yet another header, wasn't it? Little lob ball in from Gillespie. Shearer gets over Southgate, but can't quite get any power behind it.
Well, Aston Villa fans will not appreciate the point, I'm sure, but I suspect there would be a fair few teams in the Premiership who would maybe go through the motions with a commanding lead like this against 10 men, but Newcastle are not one of them. Kevin Keegan believes firmly in entertaining, and with a live TV audience tonight and the prospect of his strikers filling their boots, so to speak, with more goals, I am sure Newcastle will not take their foot off the pedal.
No, he's got a couple of players on the bench, Elliott and Albert, where he could possibly close up a little bit, but it's the players in wide areas with their crossing has caused the problem, so there's no need for him to change it. Every time a cross comes in, it spells danger for Aston Villa.
Batty using the ball accurately as ever. Ginola finding Lee. Beresford making a break down the left. Nelson is the defender facing him. Ginola caught in possession by Taylor. Now Milosevic, a disappointing contribution from him so far. Again, he's given it away. Offside, marginal, but offside.
Yes, Alan Shearer just got in between Staunton and Southgate, but he was quite clearly 2 yards offside. There you see it, gets in between the 2 central defenders. Good position, but just a couple of yards straying offside.
Good strong run here, Ekiog, and he finds Milosevic. That was a very good effort, and Cernicek, to some degree, has made up for his indiscretion to the first half.
Well, Milosevic chose to do it all by himself, but he had support on the left-hand side from right, not in the picture. He could have released it, it comes onto his right foot. And this is a good save from Cernicek. It all started with a very, very good run from deep from Ekiog.
You're trying to play Milosevic back in again, and credit to Villa. They have proved in the last minute or so that they're not going to lie down and die here. Right for them. Newcastle forcing them back to the halfway line. Good pressure from the home team. Churchich. Right. This is Ehio. Well, we saw one of Newcastle's senior citizen fans before the kick-off here. And it's worth pointing out that it's almost 70 years, in fact, since they have won the Championship of England here. Loose ball there by Churchich. Gives Newcastle possession again. They haven't won a trophy of any kind for 27 years. Old European Intercity Spurs Cup. Gillespie going forward for Newcastle. So close, of course, to the ultimate prize last season. And they led the league for so long, 12 points clear at one stage, only to lose out to Manchester United. A lot of action coming up on Sky Sports this week. Friday night football from the Nationwide League. It's Tranmere Rovers against Portsmouth from Prenton Park, beginning at 7, our programme on Sky Sports 3. And then Moldova playing Italy. Everyone involved with the England camp will be watching that one, I'm sure, Saturday at 7 o'clock.
Dwight York was complaining there that he was pulled back by Peacock. I think he had a case there.
The play goes on with Ginola. And Gillespie trying to stretch Villa the full width of the field here. Southgate got it away. Gillespie finding Batty. Watson's cross, it's a good one. Ferdinand! He is on fire tonight.
Well, once again, he was first to react to the cross. Different crosses from Watson, played low and hard. Ferdinand gets across the front of Southgate, can't quite direct his volley on target. But he's first, and he's been first on many occasions tonight.
First as well in the scoring list in his first season here, with 29 goals, 25 of them in the Premiership. And already 8 this season, 2 of them tonight. Now Beresford. And the threats continue to come from all sides for Newcastle. Ginola. That was a bad ball, straight to Milosevic. York in support. The angle ball, Churchich to Staunton. Ehio. Well, here's where the extra man for Newcastle pays dividends. They're just pulling men back behind the ball, and Villa can't find gaps.
What they've done, Alan, this second half is push Steve Watson into a more central midfield area. And this Gillespie now has the responsibility of tracking back on Alan Wright when he gets forward. So now it's Newcastle in the centre midfield who've got the extra man, 3-on-2 against Aston Villa.
A reminder that Mark Draper sent off the 2 bookable offences in the first half here. Lee, a bit of a ball down the line to Gillespie, but Staunton got that ahead of him.
Interesting the position of Watson there in a wide area, but as soon as he loses possession, he goes back into that centre role, playing alongside Ian Taylor.
York beaten to it by Howie's header. And Villa get the benefit of the doubt on the throw. They need every crumb of comfort they can get at the moment. And is having a bit of a frustrating night as well. Now Batty. Gillespie being hemmed in by Wright and looked for the outlet with Peacock. Cerny taking his time under pressure from York. The foot too high. Will they get the throw? Well, it's a well-known fact that David Batty has played twice in championship-winning teams at his previous clubs, Leeds and Blackburn. I wonder if he can complete the set this season with Newcastle.
That was excellent closing down from Robert Lee.
Villa win it back. York, and Taylor's in a great position. He just delayed the pass, otherwise Taylor might have been away there. Here's Staunton. He wasn't so far off target.
No, but they had a good chance just prior to that. You were right to point that out, Alan. Dwight York got good possession. Ian Taylor continued his run, and he was free. Dwight had played it very early. This is an invite, isn't it, to Steve Staunton? Anything around that area on his left foot is always a danger.
It's a good ball. Oh, and it almost found its way through to Ferdinand after Shearer had miscontrolled it. They're enjoying themselves tonight, those front two. No wonder. Villa's defence that has been the foundation of their success really over the last couple of years. Particularly this season they've been playing well and not conceding many goals, but tonight it's all gone wrong. But you never know, a second Villa goal and the game could be interesting again, and Milosevic tried the spectacular when the simple might have been better advised.
Yes, that opportunity came about because Ginola was possibly say you could say he was sleeping on the left-hand side there, because when that ball came over, he just allowed it to go to Nelson, who put in a good ball, but it's certainly the better volley from Milosevic.
Beresford and Ferdinand on a hat-trick, of course. Howie. Strange lay off from Lee. Beresford. And Schindler again caught, but he managed to have the strength and balance to regain possession and go down under the challenge from Nelson, who says whatever the Portuguese equivalent of "I won the ball" ref is. So more problems perhaps for Villa. Howie has gone forward, so has Peacock, and the ever-present danger of Ferdinand and Shearer. Howie couldn't get there, Ferdinand almost did. Good defending in the end by Ehio. Matty called as he played it away, but here's Ginola! Oh, you could see him lining up the shot then. Now Gillespie. Good running here by Batty. Staunton looked anxiously towards the referee as he took these feet from under him then. York, Milosevic in loads of space here.
So is Nelson on the right-hand side.
Yeah, good spot, and here he is. Should have done better, though. He's run all that way and given it away. He's won it back, though. Well played. But again, the cross was disappointing when Milosevic was on for a short ball. Now Gillespie. Ball, just behind Ferdinand, but it's Batty who arrives on the scene. Hiog with the clearance. go down to the touchline and join Nick Collins.
Alan, I had a quick word with Mark Draper, who's standing watching rather forlornly from the tunnel. He admits his second tackle was reckless and he knew he'd get sent off for it, but he feels very hard done by with his first booking. He feels the challenge with Gillespie was pretty harmless, so not too pleased, Mark Draper.
Thank you, Nick. As York takes Villa forward again, this looks menacing. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant from Dwight York. And suddenly, Villa have a glimmer of a hope. And he deserves a little shimmy.
Well, it all starts from a slip here from Peacock, loses footing, but certainly this man takes advantage of it. Waits for Peacock to come back, comes inside, then outside, gets a lucky break there, but the finish is brilliant. It just comes off Peacock and sits up nicely. He takes advantage of it with a volley. There it is, it just comes off, but what a volley.
And wouldn't you just know it, 9 games without a goal, now he's on a hat-trick. And Villa see just a tiny little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Still down to 10 men, still behind 3-2, but there's hope now. Suddenly, it's Taylor breaking from deep in midfield. Good defending, though, by Harry. By
Watson it was, Alan.
Yes. Lovely header on there, Ferdinand. Mejia gets it away, straight back to him, though. And suddenly there's danger again here as Lee goes forward. Staunton arrives on the scene after Wright had made the initial challenge.
It was interesting, you know, about 10 minutes ago I made the point, Alan, that Watson has vacated that right-back area. So when that ball was hit through, Peacock found himself one-on-one, and perhaps if Watson had been playing in that area, might have got back and did something about it, rectified the situation. But of course, when Peacock was left totally exposed at the back, you could say, couldn't you? One-on-one with York. It shouldn't really happen at this stage of the game when you're down to 10 men and you're 3-1 up.
Well, I think we saw often enough last season that Newcastle's desire to keep going forward, irrespective of the situation, has proved very costly for them. Dare I mention Anfield. Here's Ginola. Gone back by Villa, who will be remembering Anfield, I'm sure, and thinking, well, Liverpool can do it, why not us?
See, if you look at the situation now, Dwight York's breaking into this position here with Peacock. There's no cover behind because Watson's always in front of him.
The ball. Southgate had to hook that on, and it's gone straight for Ginola. Now Batty. Ferdinand to his left, Shearer to his right. Gillespie. He's unlucky. Cross hitting right, but suddenly Staunton with an excellent ball forward finds Milosevic, and Villa looking threatening again. Brought down by Watson. Villa's free kick, and they've got on with it. Staunton, excellent ball. Nelson on the right. Full credit to Villa, the way they've picked themselves up off the floor here. Churchill. Milosevic keeps possession. Staunton. The home fans getting a little bit anxious at the moment. And Villa having a marvellous little spell here. And the best tribute you can pay them is to say that we've almost forgotten they've only got 10 men at the moment.
Don't be surprised if Kevin Keegan brings on a substitute because he can't be happy with this. That so often happens when you've got the extra men. Tend not to work quite so hard, and I would think that Kevin's aware of that. And I would expect him to make a substitute, just to liven it up a bit.
Beresford. Ferdinand just changes pace. Ginola sets one up for Batty. He's done well here. That was a fine effort. He's already got his annual goal, so what was he thinking of? Scored in the 2-0 win against Wimbledon.
Well, he makes his angle very well, goes around Staunton, aiming for that far post.
Spot on with the substitution as well, Trevor. Aspria on for Ginola.
Most of the problems have come in the wide areas, Alan. Nelson's had a free run on that far side. Ginola's allowed him to get forward. And strangely, on this other side here, it's been Gillespie who's trying to mark right. And you've got this situation. Dwight York one-on-one with Peacock.
Now Churchill gets into a good position here. Wonderful, isn't it, for Villa? They see Ginola go off, one possible thorn in their side, and on comes £7.5 million worth of international in Aspria. Such is the squad here. Watson finding Gillespie. Well, that's a good interception from Taylor. Churchill, York ahead of him, Milosevic on the left, and he's finding room again. It's a great run by Milosevic. He's earned a corner. No, the referee's given goal kick. Milosevic will be angry about that.
I can't believe the room that Newcastle have given Aston Villa on this little area in front of us here. Milosevic should do better here. Peacock knows that he wants to go on his left foot. Gets in a good tackle, and it's Milosevic with the last touch.
Yep, double deflection. Referee was right. And Kevin Keegan, incredibly, will be not exactly worried, but it's not as comfortable as it seemed at half-time, is it? Foul there by a combination of Staunton and Southgate. It's not often that Gareth Southgate reacts quite as angrily as that. That is out of character for him. So you've got to believe he might have had a case in disputing the free kick.
Well, that's a long way out for an attempted goal, but certainly,
Shearer?
yeah, well, this sort of distance, you'll have a crack, but be some goal if this ends up in the back of the net.
No, you were right. He's left it. It's gone short. Batty to Gillespie. Just the 4 or 5 in the middle, and across. Another goal. Howie has given Newcastle a bit of breathing space again. Just when Villa thought they were back in it.
Well, it's a good cross from Gillespie, but once again, Villa, they can't cope with a cross. He's a long way out, you know, Howie. He must be all of 15 yards, but it's a great header. Lovely cross. Just puts it into an area where he's hoping one of his colleagues will react to. It's neither of the front two, Shearer or Ferdinand, but the central defender, Howie, who's played a centre forward, of course. He's got a forwards instinct on the end of it, and now 1 or 2 relieved home supporters.
And I hate to say this, you Villa fans, but the last time Howie scored was in that 6-1 victory against Wimbledon almost a year ago. These Villa have got 2 goals. Staunton with an ambitious effort. Well, whatever breaks have been going have gone Newcastle's way tonight. They played some wonderful football, let's not dispute that, but Villa have not had much luck.
No, the Newcastle's 4th goal came literally a minute after Milosevic found himself in an excellent position, one-on-one against Peacock, when he could have got the equaliser.
His goals. And tonight, bags of quality, bags of entertainment, and a suspicion that with still 20 minutes to go, we haven't seen the end of the scoring.
Don't wish to put a dampener on it, Alan, but you have to say as well, a lot of bad defending.
Yes, and I'm sure that will be the way Brian Little looks at it from the Villa point of view. disappointing for him. Back on the ground where he used to stand as a school kid and cheer on the men in stripes. Here's Churchich for Villa. Can they get another brief glimmer of hope in this game? Here's York on the hat-trick. He's done it. Not a goal before tonight. Now 3 in 70 minutes, and Villa won't lie down.
Well, that was a brilliant goal, wasn't it? This man you picture there set it up. Brilliant dribble. Goes past Batty. Picks off Dwight York, who's still got a lot to do. But he's really confident tonight. He's on song. He knows exactly where the goal is. Doesn't have to stop it. And I think that's a result of his first 2 goals. Your confidence is on a high. Just strokes it past the advancing Cernacek. A brilliant finish.
Well, that's the trouble with coming to St James's Park. All these boring goalless draws.
Well, we're talking first half, Alan, weren't we, about a Ferdinand hat-trick. We've got a Dwight York hat-trick.
Oof, another fine effort there from Lee. Well, what a match. And in case you'd lost count, it's Newcastle United 4, Aston Villa 3. Man of the match? Well, a few candidates, to put it mildly. But you have to decide. And there's the number you ring, 0891 11 11 01. 0891 11 11 01. Could the man of the match be on the losing side? I wonder.
Closing down that from Shearer, but the type of challenge that anywhere but in this country would have been given a free kick for Aston Villa. Foot up. We seem to allow that, don't we, in the Premiership or anywhere in English football.
Here's Watson for Newcastle. Gillespie weaving his magic again. He's got some great crosses in tonight. He was going to get either a free kick or a corner here. I think it's the latter. No. The linesman's indicated to the referee that should be a free kick.
Yes, it was a free kick. Certainly got the better of Alan Wright. Looking to come on the outside and delivered 1 or 2 wonderful crosses tonight and got his just rewards with a couple of headers from them crosses.
Could there be another one on the way here? And the keeper's missed it. He didn't. Good tackle on Lee to win possession back, but suddenly it's Asprilla who bursts onto the scene. Forgot about him. Oh, rubber legs himself suddenly had the Villa defenders wobbling. And here he is again. Not quite what was required. Churchich bringing it away for Villa this time. Staunton. And everything directed at York, and why not? Whoops. That must have been very close to being out of the area. Cernacek. He looked guilty. Always a good sign. Huge kick. Staunton. Line's right. Villa keep believing. Lovely touch onto Churchich here. And they get a free kick. To Lee's disgust.
Yes, it was a slightly late decision that by Mr. Ellery, but correct one. I think he was trying to play the advantage rule.
Not to the extent where he let them take the free kick in the wrong place. And here goes Churchich. Tiny ball that was. Villa have it back again with Staunton, Milosevic, Churchill. York slides one into right. Good stuff, but the final ball wasn't. Yeah, it's all speculation, I know, Trevor, but you wonder what Villa could have achieved if they'd had the full 11 players here.
Yes, that's right. Newcastle are trying to do something about it the last 5 minutes. I was talking about Watson playing a central role. He's now gone back into a more orthodox right-back area.
Here's Milosevic. Strange tackle that was by Batty. He sort of jumped on the man.
And that's the signal for all the big ones to go up. Certainly Ekiog, Southgate wants to go. We've pulled everyone back, Newcastle.
Staunton will take the kick, and that usually means it's accurate. And it's short for Churchill. That could have gone anywhere in that crowd of players. To Newcastle's relief, it went to one of their men, and what a ball that was out to Asprilla. Oh! Audacious or what?
Well, as that ball was just volleyed anywhere upfield by Gillespie, it was Asprilla who was onto it. No comment on that.
None of the old getting the ball in the corner and killing time here, is there? And don't knock it, this is brilliant entertainment. I think of a few managers and coaches who would have nightmares at the way Newcastle open up. Here's Nelson. It's marvellously watchable. And the Skriniar takes them forward again. Gillespie. Oh, nice little touch from him. Ferdinand has given it away and was dumped to the ground by Southgate as he did so. And here's one of the men of the night, Dwight York. 3 goals. Milosevic. Staunton joins the attack. Good ball as well. Churchill with the cross, not a good ball.
Now they worked the opening really well, despite being a man less than Newcastle. They've worked it over to the right-hand side where Churchill was in plenty of space but didn't deliver a good cross.
I think he disagrees with the decision against him there. That's a free kick to Villa. They're already on the offensive again here with a great run by Churchill and a fine tackle by Asprilla. He must have learned that in England, surely. Here's Batty. I've got to say, well, as Newcastle have played in an attacking sense, I'm full of admiration for Villa tonight, because teams of lesser character and ability would have been out of this game a long time ago, arguably at half-time, but they just keep coming back for more. Offside here, Ferdinand, and with, what, 13 minutes to go, just a little under, you would not rule out the possibility of Villa miraculously saving a point even.
Well, Aston Villa become a different side, don't they, when Dwight York starts scoring. 25 goals last season, 3 tonight, back on song. It makes such a difference, doesn't it, when your front man sticking in the back of the net.
Staunton. And incredibly here, it's Aston Villa who are dominating possession at the moment. And only 10 men. I have to keep reminding myself of that. Milosevic finding Ahiok. Right. Good running by the big defender. And that is a corner.
Well, early doors. Newcastle had 1 or 2 problems, didn't they, from corners. That's where the first goal came from. Must be 1 or 2 worries now with only 10 minutes left. Another corner for Aston Villa.
Pull back to right. Useful looking cross. It's York who gets up again. And Cernicek did well to get it away. But back in it comes, and suddenly they had men unmarked in the middle of Villa. Newcastle's defence not looking too impressive at that moment. Lee's given the ball away many respects. Churchic, and it's found Milosevic. Offside. And let's be honest, Trevor, we were saying at half-time we thought the game might have died because a 3-1 lead to Newcastle, Villa down to 10 men, but none of it.
Yes, I think that Kevin Keegan would point to the fact that Newcastle was dropped off the game. They're not working nearly as hard as they were in the first half. But really, on the other hand, Aston Villa are working so hard, especially the front two.
Staunton. And York's just taken it too close to Batley. Shearer forced wide all the time. His England colleague, Southgate, but he's brought Gillespie into the action again. Batley. And Shearer gives it away.
It's amazing, isn't it? They just can't keep possession, Newcastle, for any period of time. Aston Villa with a man less and keeping the ball for far longer periods.
Again, space opens up for Churchic in the middle, and that's a terrific ball. Milosevic. York inevitably in the middle. Churchic up in support, and York is offside. It won't count. He slid it away, and I think he knew it wasn't going to count.
But what about the finish again? Once again, didn't think twice about it. Look, they get extra men over there, Villa. He's got a choice here, Churchic, because Nelson is on his right. Is he offside? That's very, very tight. But a brilliant finish. That could possibly have been in line, Alan. That's one for Andy to look at afterwards.
Certainly is, as Asprilla goes forward. Nelson gets away with a good old-fashioned shoulder charge. Asprilla again. Looking for Shearer, and strangely, Shearer didn't fancy that cross for some reason. Minutes to go at St James's Park in this astonishing game, really, where Villa took the lead, found themselves 3-1 down, found themselves down to 10 men, and now find themselves in with a realistic chance of saving the game. Shearer's given them a free kick as well. Staunton. Too close to Cernicek. Suddenly, now Villa having thrown men forward, have got a back pedal as Gillespie gallops down the right. Lee. Beresford joins the attack. Asprilla out on the left. Ferdinand, Shearer and Batley all in the penalty area. And Southgate just got it away, and Ferdinand's shot is well blocked by Ehiog. Oh, this is wonderful stuff. You could watch this all night. Churchic finds Milosevic. What a pity we can't have extra time. Nelson.
It's unbelievable the space that Nelson's getting on that far side. Asprilla is out there playing on the left-hand side, but just like Ginola, they don't want to track back. Nelson's taken advantage of the situation.
Over 36,000 inside St James's Park tonight. The PA announcer has just informed us. And most of them will incredibly be biting their nails, even though the home team have scored 4 goals. They know they've still got 6 minutes or so to be sure their team's going to win. But perhaps Asprilla can make sure of it for them now. Oh, it's a brilliant clearance by Staunton. Aston Villa haven't read the script. Simple as that.
Well, many would say that Asprilla is unlucky. Just lifts it over the keeper. But really, from there, it should be in the back of the net. That surely would have sewn the game up. Doesn't have a great goal-scoring record, Asprilla, but this is one I feel that he should have scored with. But full marks for Staunton. He read the danger.
Well, don't forget, it's your difficult job tonight to decide who has made the biggest contribution of all to this match. Call us on 0891 11 1101 0891 11 1101. And I bet we'll have a few calls tonight. And a few arguments.
How about the two managers?
Yes, anything is possible. At the moment, he doesn't really look in the mood for anything. Least of all, another 5 minutes of this. The rest of us are enjoying it, but Kevin's going through agonies. Because Villa have another free kick. Staunton's lifted it in. Oh dear. The man who's not put a foot wrong mainly tonight got that all wrong.
He was looking for Ekiog, Staunton, but Peacock was aware of the danger and just held him off, just did enough. Didn't allow Ekiog to get a run on him. And that was good defending from Peacock.
Attacking down the left. Asprilla. Oh, I love it. Shearer's offside, though.
Lovely skills from Asprilla. Good run from Shearer. Just went slightly too early.
Shows it to Asprilla, gets away with it. Now Southgate. Staunton doing well. And that's not a bad ball, but it's just picked up pace. Newcastle will be relieved they've got a throw in. They can get a bit of time. Well, they don't seem to believe in that, do they? I remember talking to Kevin Keegan at the back end of last season and asking him sincerely if the fact that they lost out because of their philosophy last season might change his mind, and he said quite genuinely, I believe, that if he had to adapt, then he would be out of the game. He wouldn't want to do that. He believes in attacking football 100%. He believes in entertainment, and I believe him. And his side certainly carry out his instructions to the letter. Gillespie. But there would be a lot of teams, wouldn't there, Trevor, 3-1 up against 10 men who would have just closed it down and really killed it off, so to speak.
Well, he's got the options on the bench. I mentioned the fact that he's got Albert. He could possibly go and make the extra man in defence, or even go and play a holding role in midfield. He's got Elliott, who can also play in a defensive position. He chose to bring on Asprilla.
And that says it all. Staunton. Oh, well played. Taylor. Milosevic held on despite 3 challenges and finds Staunton. Right. And it's still Villa who look as though they've got 11 against Newcastle's 10 at the moment. Oh, excellent stuff from Aston Villa. Ehiog. Churchich. Lovely football. Nelson on the right. Chances for the equaliser possibly here. Newcastle get it away. Peacock's header. No foul given. Churchich for Villa. And it's Ferdinand back defending. That tells the story. But now it's Gillespie attacking in this marvellous seesaw of a football match. 5-star entertainment, this. Gillespie's cross. Asprilla sort of ambles out to collect it. What's he going to do next? Usually he doesn't know.
He does what Kevin Keegan would least want him to do. That was give the ball away to the opposition.
And there's a glorious ball outside of the foot. Churchich to York. Milosevic is in the middle making ground. Newcastle have got their backs to the wall, unbelievably. the home fans calling for the referee to blow the final whistle. But maybe not now, as Asprilla takes them forward again. No, once again, Villa defend well. Beresford not sure what to do here, and has given it away to Nelson. Churchich, that's a free kick. Into stoppage time. And Aston Villa might believe that this is their opportunity against all the odds.
Don't be surprised if Staunton has a shot from this sort of distance with his left foot. It's got to be, what, 27, 28 yards. Last minute, he's got to go for the shot.
Well, he's the kind of player who wants to take all the free kicks, throw-ins, etc. Milosevic looks as though he might fancy something as well here. Maybe one of those famous little tricks up the sleeve here. Villa so inventive from free kicks. It's Milosevic lining it up at the moment, and it's not bad effort, but not good enough.
Well, I don't think that was taken with too much conviction. Got to get it on target, especially in injury time. I was surprised that Staunton wasn't a bit more forceful there and took the ball. He's got a tremendous shot on him.
Referee's telling Cernicek to get on with it from the free kick, the goal kick rather. The end of a wonderfully entertaining night at St James's Park. Newcastle take huge credit for their goals, their attitude, their philosophy. Dwight York for his hat-trick, and Aston Villa for the sheer character they showed in never giving up the fight. Shearer got his usual goal, a couple for Ferdinand as well. But really, there was so much to admire in this match, it's difficult to know where to start.